From Newsnets and CCTV, it's high school basketball coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School.
We've got ourselves a fantastic matchup here on the Michigan High School Basketball Game of the Week here on Newsnet Sports and CCTV as the Ludington Orioles and the Cadillac Vikings are tied at the halftime break at 25 all. I'm Derek Tate alongside Dan Gussert, and we've seen a lot of actions, things that you like on both ends from both teams, but what stood out to you in the first half?
Well, I think you're seeing Ludington, who's been very strong on the offensive glass and gotten a lot of second chance opportunities. Unfortunately, they've struggled so much from the free throw line. It's allowed Cadillac to hang in and be tied at this point. Coach John Stowe is playing kids about every 3 to 4 minutes. There's a substitution of 4 to 5 kids coming in. We'll see, as the game goes along, if this war of attrition, if you will, leads them to be a little bit fresher. And maybe they have been at the end of each quarter, as Ludington's gotten 2 buzzer beaters going coast to coast at the end of the first quarter and at the end of the second quarter.
As you mentioned, 9 different Orioles in the box score in the scoring column, but in particular, Delana Porter and Keelan Laird absolutely disrupting everything on the glass, getting extra possessions even after missed free throws. That was another thing that came into play. 10 fouls that ended up getting all the way into the double bonus. We saw McKenna Bryant come up with 2 personal fouls. So the Vikings aggressive on the defensive end, but perhaps not as efficient as Coach Mack would like.
Yeah, they haven't moved their feet real well, and that's kind of been one of their Achilles heels throughout the years. They are so much more dominant guard-wise than most of the teams they play. They get away with a lot of bad habits, and when you get into a quality matchup like we have here tonight, those kind of things kind of come back to bite you. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make. I think it was about a month ago, Derek, we saw something pretty similar like this, and the Vikings played a second half with maybe 2 fouls. So we'll see. And for Ludington, oh my gosh, Porter, she's tough. She gets her hand on a lot of rebounds. Struggling, like we said, from the free throw line, as she is just 2 for 8. Fluelling, tough. She's got 5. They only have 2 3-point baskets. Most of their shots have been inside or off of misses. Cadillac's offense, I think, has been a little bit more fluent.
A lot of ball movement trying to break down the opposing zones and the full court press. It looked like the Vikings struggled with it a little bit in the first quarter. Second quarter, they even had a 10-second backcourt violation in the first quarter, did the Vikings offense. But it seems as if they've been able to figure out that full court press and get themselves some easy look on the other end. But as we talk about here, the Vikings offense in particular, we've seen McKenna Bryant have a little bit of a quiet first quarter. Sometimes when you get in that foul trouble, it kind of gets you out of your rhythm on the offensive end. And mentioned she also missed some time with a knee injury, so it's potentially that she's kind of getting back into the flow of the things offensively.
Yeah, and she looks a little bit out of sort. Part of that, I think, is the Ludington group on the perimeter is so tall. It doesn't give McKenna the opportunity to get that 3-point shot, but certainly she has the potential to blow by anybody. But you mentioned she got that second foul, and at that point you got to be a little more leery about doing that, because that backside defender is there to draw a charge, and she was a little hesitant, and we'll probably see her be a little more aggressive here to start the third quarter.
For the Vikings, it was Molly Anderson who led all scorers with 9 points. It was also a fantastic first half for Olivia Meyer. I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors, Pizza Plus, Cadillac Tires, and
Fox Motors.
And that's the one, Fox Motors of Cadillac. And, of course, thank our fantastic crew, as it feels like it's been a blistering nonstop pace on the court. We got Damian Brooks, Caden Darrow, and, of course, Hannah Crouch, our technical director, doing a fantastic job for us. Tell you what, stay with us, because in the third quarter we've got 2 playoff teams with a playoff preview of the District 35 playoff matchup in a couple of weeks. We'll see who comes out on top to carry momentum into the state playoffs here on Newsnet Sports and CCTV.